Hey guys, this is Kimise and I'm back for another vlog. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's September 4th is when this is coming out. I'm actually recording it the night before because, guys, I'm so excited. Today, day before our Labor Day here in the United States, I'm getting ready to go see my daughter. She lives about 2 hours away, so me and my wife, as you guys are watching this, we're driving up there to go visit her, hang out with her, have lunch with her and her husband. She's my oldest daughter, and I love hanging out with her because, you know, well, I don't know, she's awesome. You know, she's an engineer. She works for an aerospace company, and you know, I'm just so proud of her because of all the hard work that she's put in, you know, and where's it's gone her. So we're going to go check out what she's been doing. We're going to get to see, they had puppies. I'm not taking any of the puppies, just so you know, not taking any, but you know what, I'll take a few pictures, let you guys see some brand new puppies that are running around having fun. You know, I think they've got found homes for all of them, so I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, it's pretty nice. But anyways, I just wanted to say that I'm pretty excited about that. So when you're watching this, wish me luck and a safe trip. I can't wait to get back. Now, let's get started, guys. First off, I want to say, since the last video, I want to shout out some brand new subs. Philip Ross, thank you. Bratz Feline Divine. Nice YouTube thing. Check that channel out. There's some interesting videos with these Bratz figures and stuff. Connor Howell, Lab 1230 Aiden, and Eagle for Christ YT. Thank you so much, guys, for the new subs. Just a reminder, if you subbed in the last week and I didn't call you out, it's because you probably have your stuff on private, and with the way YouTube works, I don't get to see those names as they pop up. All these guys, I've seen them. Even saw Philip Ross's, even though he also went ahead and hit me with a comment to remind him for the shout out. So there's your shout out, Philip. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out the videos. Hey, and just a reminder, if you haven't subbed and you want to help support the channel, subbing's easy, it's free, it helps us out a lot, and I just want to say thanks again. So if you haven't subbed, consider it. Thank you very much. By the way, if you like the video, hit that like button as well, and we do appreciate that. Now, what do we talk about today? Well, there's a few things, you know. Let me first off by saying King's Isle did a few things. Obviously, it's anniversary month for Wizard 101. 14 years. Gosh, I can't believe I've been playing almost that long. I'm kind of on year 13 because I didn't start till like the year after they got kicked off. But 14 years, amazing. And I usually don't do a whole bunch of news like this, but I did want to point out that I thought was really, really cool. They released 3 book mounts that I think are neat, and you only get offered the book mount depending on how old your account is. So everybody's offered the first book mount, which I think is a pretty cool book mount. I don't know about you guys, maybe you've seen it before, but I thought it was pretty cool. The second book mount is offered if your account's at least 5 years old. Hey, that's pretty neat. There's a lot of people who've been playing for over 5 years, you know, a lot of young adults that have hopped into my streams before and everything, so that's pretty cool. And there's one if you have had an account over 10 years. Guess what? I jumped in and bought right away. And I usually don't spend money on crown. I usually don't do a lot of crown stuff, but I thought that was so cool. Talk about knowing who's an OG running around the spiral now. If you see him on that brown book mount, pretty neat. It says like Wizard 103 or something like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, for my accounts, I got two wizarding accounts. One is my original account that I've had wizards in there now for about 13 years. So I was able to pick up that book mount for my wizard. I only bought one. I'll trade it around my wizards depending on what I'm playing and everything. So I thought that was really, really cool. I like the mount too. It's pretty sharp looking. And then my other account, which is the one I'm currently doing live, I'm sorry, doing my not let's plays, doing my walkthroughs with, that particular one, that's a newer account that's only been up for about 3 years, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get any of the OG stuff, but I thought that was pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited about that. Sorry guys. Also, the loyalty store changed up, and there's a like Loch Ness monster mount in the loyalty store, so if you like do the membership thing, you get points every month for being on that, and you can use those points for like all sorts of things like card sets or for mounts or for some gear and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool, so I went ahead and checked that out. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that mount or not. I might wait until they refresh the loyalty store again. It looks like they're doing it every 3 months or so, which I am perfectly happy with. I love the loyalty store, just so you know. I think it's a great way to reward those wizards who have been like continuing on their stuff. Well, just so you know, Pyro 101, my walkthrough on my Musketeer. We're getting close to the end. I'm not sure how much we got left. So basically, just to give you a heads up, there's going to be a vote coming up as to which pirating class I should do next. I'm not sure. I think I got choices of like Corsair, of Privateer, of Witch Doctor. I think those are all options. I've already played a Buccaneer, so I'm going to leave that one off. So if you're kind of interested in voting on that, just watch Straw Poll pop up sometime on the YouTube channel and vote. Love to hear from you guys on that as well. Minecraft, yes, Minecraft should be. I should have a kickoff video for the return back to the Let's Play this week. I'll do a tour, so if you've never seen it, go ahead and check it out. And would love your input and feedback and ideas for what projects I should dip my head in next. I'm still really busy, so hopefully I'll be able to get a video out a week. Just kind of depends right now. School, I got a lot of planning going on, and still trying to get my angle in. I really expect that's probably going to take a few months for me to settle into a good pattern, but I mean, things are going well. I'm having lots of fun. Love my students. I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with the students. I mean, there's always a couple guys that kind of get grumpy at you, but I think I'm starting to win them over, and we're starting to feel a pattern going on. So I'm pretty excited about where I'm teaching and my new job, and it's been a good experience. It's just the planning. Whew, I like to plan. I like to have things set up so that, my students have a great opportunity to learn, that there's activities and an approach that will engage them. And that takes a lot of planning to do that well, and I mean, it's not like I just walk in and it's ready to go. I mean, if I was doing worksheets and stuff like that, I could just print that stuff up daily and not have to worry about planning or anything, but that's not what I do. That's not what I like to do. So it takes a lot of work to hit it from the other way. So unfortunately, that takes some time out of me being able to make the videos the way I was doing like last spring when I had everything going. Now, of course, after I've taught these new courses for a year, it'll be a lot easier next year because I will have already had some experience doing it. But since these are brand new courses for me, it takes a lot more effort than in the past. So that's why the videos are a little bit slower than they were in the spring. So thanks, guys, for hanging out and continuing to watch. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So just to kind of give you on my topic for today, one of the things that really jumped out to me this week is my classes went really well. We did a couple of labs. We did a model lab in my astronomy class, which I thought was really interesting, and I think the students really enjoyed having to come up with a solution and understand why the astronomers were able to determine about geocentric and heliocentric the way we did it, as opposed to them just writing off a PowerPoint notes over, what certain astronomers discovered and everything, right? And my physics kids had a week of really struggling trying to understand how to prove something, and trying to get the data to prove it. And I think they did really well for what they had in the knowledge. And so now we're starting to jump into specifics and trying to give them some more background so they can be successful. So I was pretty excited about that. But I'll tell you what, on Friday, I was doing a lesson with my physics kids. I know that I knew where I wanted to go, but for some reason it was just not engaging them, So my second period physics group, I was like really working hard, but I was just not connecting. It didn't seem like they were really engaged in the process. Okay, I know you've been in a class before where you got people like putting their heads down and sleeping, or and it was just terrible, and it was a struggle. And so I changed things up, and then my second section of physics, I tried something entirely different. I'll tell you what, it was terrible too. Yeah, I felt awful. It was just like, oh wow, we are just not getting anywhere with this. This is really not working. And what I had done is I had used a PowerPoint that was in the curriculum, and I was using that to kind of go from step to step to try to engage them. And it was not the way I usually do things. It wasn't in the thought process the way I usually do things. And I'll tell you what, it was tough. And I guess the way I bring this up is I know we've all hit something that we struggle with from time to time, and that's what was going on Friday. It's not that I'm a bad teacher. It's not that I didn't know what I was looking for. It's just I was going at it in a way that was not engaging my students, and you could tell across the room I was not enjoying it. I don't think they were necessarily understanding what was going on, even though several of them were trying. Some of them were trying to sleep. I really go for as much engagement as possible when I do this. And the plan for Friday, it just did not work. It really didn't. 2 classes. Oh, my goodness. And there's nothing more frustrating than trying to get something across that you know they can do, but you're not challenging them enough for them to either get it or be too fully engaged to what's going on. And that comes down to design, you know, and I'm usually better than this, but it was tough Friday. It was tough. And you know what? I took a chance. So I had one more section of physics. So the first 2 were terrible, but you know what? I changed my approach yet again. And you know what? Had a much more successful run. I think we really were able to engage them in the process. We were able to keep the group working, challenge them enough so that they had to really think through what we were doing so that they could do it themselves. And I was able to go back and forth from explaining to having them do a task back and forth, which kept them engaged at a much better pace. And even though we didn't quite get as far in some of the information as I did like in my second one, I think we hit it much better. And they were walking around thinking, I think I can do this. Yeah, I understand what we did. And it was huge. And what it took me not being afraid to go ahead and try something different a third time. And I don't know who you are, but I just want to encourage you. You're going to run across things, even stuff that you're good at sometimes, that, you know, it's not going to go the way you thought it should have. You know, and this happens in job, this happens in life, this happens all over the place. And I just want to encourage you guys, don't stop. Try something different. Try to go at it from a different way, and, you know, go and remember those things that you're really, really good at, and try to mix those things back into the mix. Because a lot of times when we're trying something and we're not being successful at it, it's because we walked away from our style. We walked away from what we are very fluent at. And that's what happened with those first 2 classes. I was trying to do it the way those PowerPoints were laid out, and it was not effective at all. But that third time, I went ahead and really approached it in a way that I'm good at in engaging and drawing students in. And I skipped slides that were not that way, and I made them interact with each other, and I got them to having to puzzle things out in a way that I didn't do with the other classes. And you know what? It was so much more successful. And so that means, you know, when I go back to class on Tuesday, you know, because we got a break this weekend for a 3-day weekend, which is really, really nice, I'm more prepared to really dig in with them so that we can be successful. So guys, if you're not successful, don't worry. Try something different. It's worth it every single time. And you know what? The more times that, it's good to be hit like that every once in a while, to have that unsuccessful moment, because it's not that you failed or anything, because let's be honest with you, we all are going to fail at something somewhere. I know some of you out there saying, I never fail. And you know what? More power to you. But you know what? Sometimes you learn the most when you fail. And failing is awesome. I mean, I don't like it, but you know what? Sometimes I make the biggest growth, the biggest leaps when I fail at something. So that's just something I want to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening, as that might be. I hope you guys have a great week. This is Kimise. Thanks.